What is in the driving seat for you in the pound right now?
Well, I think when you're thinking about the UK and you're thinking about sterling, it's tough to find any significant degrees of positivity in terms of the current environment. We clearly have an inflation problem. Even if the UK government can cap the energy price and alleviate some of those inflationary pressures, the UK appears to be having a higher and later inflation peak. We have a little bit of a face-off between the Bank of England and the Treasury, potentially in terms of fiscal and monetary policy. So that's somewhat problematic. And going back to those reference points regarding the current account shortfall and the need to fund that, I think there is a number of negatives playing out as far as sterling is concerned. And I take and have some sympathy with Mark's point regarding a lot of that already being priced in, but it's still tough to find significant reasons to be long sterling, and ultimately it still feels as though there probably has a little bit further to go before we reach the bottom.
Okay.
So, Jeremy, we still believe in the bearish sterling view you're expressing there. Which cross do you play it in? Do you play it in cable or do you play euro sterling? How much further can it fall?
Well, I think euro sterling is obviously an interesting one because, of course, the euro has its own endemic problems. So I'm not sure necessarily that is the cross to play. So I think ultimately it comes back to king dollar. The dollar seems to be maintaining its resilience and dominance against pretty much all and every currency. So I think that is probably the better way to play it in the current environment. Now, obviously, if you go through those 2020 lows just north of 114, then you have to go back to sort of levels we haven't seen since 1985. And I think we'll start to see some discussion of 110 threshold. Now, I was talking to one of my options traders and strategists last week. He was talking about a 25% probability of parity. I'm not sure I'm quite that extreme just yet, but I think if we go down through 114, then I think that 110 threshold will start to come into view.